shouldn't be here.
You need to leave!
What the fuck was that?
Yo, yo, yo. What it is. How y'all doing? And welcome to Season 3 of In the Mind of Madness. I am your host, V, for Season 3. That's me. yeah. And we're back at it. You already know. I hope y'all are doing well. Although I don't believe it's been that long since I last seen y'all. But, yeah. Welcome. And, where do I start? Man, there's a lot, not a lot, but there's a good amount to look forward to in this season. First of all, I'm trying something new, and I am starting the episode off sober. And that's why there's a little bit more pep in my step, if you haven't noticed. I'm not as monotone. Got a little bit more inflection in my pronunciations and tone, and my pitch and shit. Although, for some reason, I just can't get a lighter lit. But yes, this is the most sober I've started any episode. So, I've had a couple episodes where I started more sober, but not completely sober. This is like completely sober. Although, I can't make any promises as the show progresses. That, I cannot promise you I will be as sober until by the end of this episode. But, I will try. We'll see where that takes me and see where that goes. I'm just trying to smoke cigarettes right now. I'm trying to hold off on the joints right now. There's one just sitting right in front of me. A nice fat one just sitting right there, waiting. But I shall hold off. Anyway, so for this season that you have all graciously joined me back for, if you haven't noticed from the cover art or my profile picture this season, or if you haven't even listened to the finale last season, this one's gonna be, I plan for this season to be about the fumbles, the mistakes, the miscalculations, the stupid little shit, those little fucking stupid things you look over and wouldn't even think of it, like you wouldn't think anything of. And there's those little things that fuck you up, that get you fucked or screw you over, that get you caught at the end. Those are the things we're going to focus about, because those ones we're going to focus on because no one likes to talk about those things most of the time, you know? People try to keep their mistakes under the rug. But tonight we're going to lift that dusty ass rug up and sweep out all of that fucking dirt under there. Not all of it, hopefully, not all of it. Don't worry. Just most of it, you know? Some dirt is meant to stay under the rug. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing. I wanted to do this because, first and foremost, obviously, not a lot of people get to dive into this topic. I also wanted to get into it because it's kind of, it's the reality of doing shit on your own and starting anything without any proper guidance or training. Just like, you know, lone wolf and the whole fucking thing, you know. It comes with a lot of, it's a huge learning curve, and comes with a lot of fucking denial and error. I guess. Trial and error, and fucking, it can be shitty at times. So this is kind of like a realistic perspective on it, like the reality of shit sometimes, you know. It's not all like fun and games. Nothing is all fun and games. There's gonna be some fun and some games, but it's not all. Most of the time, it's serious shit, and there's a lot of risk involved. Also, there's a lot of risk involved and a lot of danger as well, as in that case, depending on which game you play, you know. So, yeah, we're gonna dive into all of that. So, you guys are probably gonna see or hear about a good majority, or really close, if not all, to hearing about my mishaps, my shortcomings, my ill-prepped moments, my overconfident occurrences, or whatever you want to call them. So we're gonna there's actually I was going through the list of not failures but close to them sometimes, and man, there's a lot, and I'm gonna tell you this straight up. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm not hiding anything. Is I fucked up a lot. I've had a lot of screw ups, but tell me someone that hasn't. You know what I mean? There's very rarely anyone has to. You get thrown into a job or a new career path or something where you aren't able to talk to any former employees, or there's no current ones that can help you, and the person that just hired you, you don't even fucking know how to contact them, so you're basically on your own. You literally are on your own. You gotta learn what you gotta do. You gotta learn how to do it properly. And yeah, and the fucked up part is in this career, what I'm doing is you don't really have much room for error. If I haven't mentioned that, I feel like I mentioned that one episode before, but yeah, there's not a lot of room for trial and error. So this is kind of one of those few career choices or jobs where you can't really screw up that much. Like, you can't screw up at all, or you're fucked. A lot of the jobs are like, all right, cool. If you make a mistake, whatever, correction here, there, you know, and figure that, man, I wish shit. I feel as if you barely even get 1 or 2 chances to mess up, depending on how bad the fuck up is, right? Yeah, you're trying, like, if I'm trying some new shoplifting shit, and then I'm trying a new way to see if it'll work, and then I get busted, fuck it, whatever, theft under 5, that's like nothing. That's what I'm dealing with right now. But like, it's like 3 of them at the same time, which is fucking stupid. They're all like soft, minor charges. I'm probably not gonna get much for them, but it's just annoying having to deal with it, especially in 2 different jurisdictions. You know what I mean? I'm going from region to region, like 2 different cities, to deal with like 3 different fucking court cases. Man, it's fucking ridiculous. It's stupid. It's annoying, and yeah, fuck. I just hate how inconvenient, and they do that on purpose. They make this shit so inconvenient as a deterrent for you to not want to do these things and have to go through it. But yes, and I've had to go through countless. I can't even tell you the amount of court cases that I've had to deal with over the fucking past however long. Like, man, sometimes I had to deal with fucking 5, 6 in a year. It's stupid. And 5 to 6, as in not all criminal offenses, but majority of them were. But there were a couple ones where it's just like parking tickets or fucking red light camera bullshit. It's like provincial and non-criminal, but still legal matters that you have to go to a fucking courthouse to like get resolved. So fuck. I mean, just getting pulled over and shit like that is fucking stupid, man. Speeding tickets and like on top of all these criminal it's fucking stupid, man. And the worst part is, it's like you're dealing, you have to go through this shit for fucking stupidest minor things. It's like barely even anything, man. If I didn't really have like much of a record, or if I didn't, you know, like such high risk, yeah, I would just skip some of this shit, to be honest, man. Like, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit. But no, it's a part of the game, and every job and every aspect and everything you do, there's gonna be a part of it. You might not necessarily like dislike it, but you don't like as much as all the other parts of that thing you're doing, or that job, or whatever the fuck, you know. And you still gotta do it just because it's part of the gig, you know. But man, it does not make it any less shitty, man. It's like, yeah. But I'd rather be dealing with court than having to deal with like jail time again, or like prison time again. It's like a lot less easier, you know what I mean? You get to go home at the end of the day kind of thing, but it's like, fuck. The worst part is having to deal with like jail and court at the same time, man. I've been inside with some of these guys on remand, and it is fucking, I would have hated it. You gotta wake up in the fucking morning, and they wake you up at like 5, 6. Sometimes, you know, I've had one of my cellies had to wake up at like 4:30 or some shit You get ready for the fucking paddy wagon to take you down to fucking bail court in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man. And it's like you gotta wake up that early. Then you gotta go all the way downstairs. Then you gotta change into your clothes. They gotta strip search you. And then after you gotta fucking change up. And then you gotta get in that fucking metal box where you have maybe less than a foot of moving room or leg room all around. It's like you're in a very warm, industrialized motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, it's like you're you're sitting inside a really warm industrial freezer or fridge. The only room is in the back, but then that's where they sit multiple people. But man, it's the worst. It's probably the worst ride ever. I'd take riding in a police car over riding the paddy wagon any fucking day. 100% hands down, no questions asked. Like, no, not even a question. Right? It's fucking stupid. But there's people that do that every morning, and they go to the paddy wagon and they go to bail. And then sometimes they have to do this, and what makes it worse than that, if there is anything, it could get worse, is that you're going to this bail hearing not knowing if you're going to get bail or not. And some people are going to these hearings knowing for sure well that they ain't getting bail. So imagine that, having to do all that to go to a place where you know, like, you're just gonna have to come back after. And that's that. If you're going to bail and you know for 100% or close to 100% that you gonna get bail, then getting in that paddy wagon is probably like the happiest thing to get into that paddy wagon. But that's probably one of the better case scenarios. But most of the time, man, it's like either you don't know, now you know. No, but it's either you don't know or you know for sure. And the only time where knowing for sure is better is when you know you're getting out. But if you know for sure that you ain't, man, I was sitting in the fucking bullpen right before the bail hearing with this guy, and we both got called up to court, so we both had to go up, and then we just sat there waiting in like the little penalty box they got there, waiting to be called up. And then I'm like, yeah, so what's your situation? He's like, man, I don't even, like, he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting out. I was like, how you know? He's like, nobody's here for me, man. I was like, oh fuck. He's like, nobody showed up for this guy. And man, I can't even imagine how that must have felt to, you know, just be in suspense of whether you getting out that day or not on bail. And the suspense, and then leading up to it, and then the heartbreak when you look up in the stands and you don't see anybody you know up there. And because there's times where, yeah, you can go on your own recognizance, right? Where you could be out on an undertake, whatever the fuck they call it, where you post bail on your own. But after, I think it's when, don't quote me on this, but I think it's around your first offense, or if it's like a very light or like a first offense or whatever, you could get yourself out on bail. But more serious shit, you can. I had a lot of times where I couldn't get out on my own. Like I needed the surety to post bail for me, you know what I mean? That's shit, because then you gotta involve somebody in your shit now, and they gotta know what's going on with you, and like all that shit. And you don't want that sometimes, and it's fucking annoying, and it's inconvenient. So, but that's just the whole consequence out of the way, kind of like deal. You know what I mean? Just to get that out, and that's the kind of shit you got to deal with. And that's one of the realities of it, is like court and like having to go remand and bail hearings and all that shit. That's just fucking stupid. Yeah, having to deal with court while you in jail and having to go back and forth. Oh man, I would not wish that on anybody, man. You gotta get like strip searched like twice in a day, every day, and you do that until you get bail, or like until, you know, fuck. Thank God I didn't have to go through that when I got in there, man. I was already sentenced, so I was like, yo, like I ain't got nothing to worry about. I just gotta settle in and wait it out till the time I gotta go. You know, I had to do no back and forth bullshit. All this wondering, like you panic when you come back. You just start calling people and be like, oh fuck, I gotta call people to post my bail and shit like that. And then there's a lot of times. Actually, I've seen more people struggle to get somebody to post their bail than somebody actually being able to get somebody successfully. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, if you can successfully get someone to post your bail and be your surety and shit, chances are you won't be. Those kind of people aren't going back to remand jail. It's the ones that are struggling. That's why they always end up there. So the most of the time when you see people in there looking for surety or to post bail, like, they struggle. I've seen people try to find someone for weeks. Not weeks, but it's like 2 weeks almost, and they couldn't find shit. And it's like they call in their moms, and their moms wouldn't do it. It's like, that's how you know you fucked up, or like you're really far gone, is when you call your own mother and she won't even fucking post your bail, man. Either that or you just had a very bad relationship with him, you know? And that sucks. And not being able to find someone to get your back in those times, I could only be so fortunate to have like people that would do that for me. But if I didn't, man, it's like, I don't know how I would handle it. It's shitty. I guess I would, just like any other situation, right? But that was a bit harder, you know? Then there's like lasting effects. There's like lasting consequences. If you can't get one, you gotta fucking stay overnight, fucking jail and shit. It's like a little bit of the dark side of this life, you know what I mean? And especially you just keep getting yourself in shit. It doesn't look very good for you. It just looks worse and worse, especially if they're not spaced out. When I was in jail, I've seen mans come and go before I even got out. I had someone in there with me, same range and everything, and then they go get out. And then not like maybe a month later, they're back. And I'm like, fuck, this guy got in here, in and out, and back in before I even had a chance to get out. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's shit. And it is a little embarrassing too, because then you get laughed at when you come back that quick. People are like, yo, fuck, this guy can't even last out that long, you know? Some people are happy to see you again. But most people are just laughing because it is a little bit embarrassing. It's like, yo, dog, I just pieced you out like a month ago, and then now you back here. And I'm still here. It's like, man, I've seen a guy come back 2 weeks later. 2 fucking weeks later. He never made it back onto, like, I never saw him, but, like it was for sure. Like, one of the CEOs confirmed that he was back, but, like, he didn't say which range he went to or, like, if he even went in or if he got out that night. But he was back there 2 weeks later. He was confirmed there. So, man, yeah. But, you know, like with all things, you just got to deal with the consequences, as always. Some shit, sometimes that happens. If it happens, like, obviously, man, I wish it never happens. And, man, if only it couldn't, but there's no possible way. Then, so when that shit happens, you just got to fucking suck it the fuck up. Just roll with it. Just go with it. Take your lumps, roll with the punches, and then, you know, because inevitably you're going to get out. You will get out eventually, depending on what you did. Even if you're in there for years, you're still going to get out. Unless you're in there for life and you on, like, well, we don't have death row here, but, like, if you on there for, like, life, then okay. But other than that, rare times where you ever get in for life, unless you fucking kill someone or did some serious shit. In my level of things, most you can get is, like, years, you know? Like, all the shit I did is not, I ain't serving life sentences for anything I did. But I would serve, like, maximum sentences for the shit I did is, like, years. I think one of them was even 20, but I guess in some cases that is a lifetime, right? Fuck, if I ever got 20 years, yo, fuck, I ain't going to do 20 years, man. If someone tell me to get 20 years, man, I ain't, goodbye. That's my cue to go. Send me back up or down, wherever the fuck it may be, but, like, I ain't going for 20 years, man. I don't even know if I would do, like, 5. 3 would probably be my max, and even then I'd be like, fuck this shit, man. 3 fucking years. But technically you would only do 2/3 of that, so you would do like maybe 2.5 years if you do good behavior and shit. All you gotta do is keep your head down, to be honest, man. But like for 3 years, that's a long fucking time. You gotta do like 3 birthdays in there. You gotta do like 3 Christmases. You gotta do 3 fucking New Years, and those days are gonna be the hardest ones too. I'm just getting all of this out the way because I kind of don't want to talk about. Well, I don't want to have to, you know, constantly mention consequences and like having to dive deep into this topic too much over the season or like throughout the other episodes. So this is kind of getting it all out the way right now, like the reality of like the consequence and what the fuck is going, like, what you have to look forward to if you fuck up. So yeah. So that's just getting that all out the way, giving the real reality of it all. But speaking of like near misses and shit like that, like there's gonna be a portion too with this like near misses, and those ones get pretty exciting too. There's a lot of fucking near misses, And those near misses will nearly give you fucking a heart attack. Yeah, those ones are pretty thrilling. Also because the near miss means you got away, like at the end it's very close, but the near misses, they're exciting because they're scary, but then they have a huge relief at the end. We're going from like near misses, and I actually ended up fucking thinking up a lot of shit that I could just run on. No particular order it's gonna be in, so it's just I have a bunch of ideas floating in my head, and whatever one feels right when I press that record button, then that's the one that's gonna happen, right? But I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of fucking, like fucking B&E fumbles, fucking shit where there's been quite a few mistakes from my break and enters. Robbery redos and like fucking stupid. Even with with the dark web I want to touch on too, where I got that was a dumbass story. There's a lot of ones where yeah, they're a little bit embarrassing, but it's nothing to run from or nothing that I'm hiding from. It's all part of the learning curve, man. Sometimes you gotta embrace your mistakes, because then that's where you learn the most from. You know what I mean? If I never made a mistake, it's just like how you ever gonna get better if you already think you at the top? You know what I mean? If there's nothing you think you need to improve on, there's like you're not gonna feel the need to improve or even do better. And it's like that point can never happen. I try not to get to that point where I think I'm good, because I'm never good. There's always something you can learn and improve on, So that's what you just gotta keep doing, man. So yeah, we're gonna touch on all that shit. I think next episode I'm gonna try and touch on get all the easy shit out the way, like the shoplifting stories out there, and like because that's usually the most common ones where people get caught too. Like sometime in your life, like majority of people I know that aren't even into like fucking this kind of shit, like they got caught for fucking shoplifting at some point in their life, because everyone's young, everyone wants to steal shit, get away with it, and then they get a little fucking taste of the thrill and goes from there. But yeah, so that's kind of the more common one and less serious one. So we'll start off lightly into this. So the first episode, that's what I plan to touch on. That's the only thing that I actually have that's prepared. Everything else is just like, man, episode 2, God knows, I'm just gonna fucking pull one of these topics out of a hat and then or feel which one I want to feel like talking about, But we're gonna touch all of that shit. We're gonna talk about all of it. I'm gonna tell y'all most of it. There's maybe only like three major things, the most I could think of, that I wouldn't be able to tell you or even begin to tell you. But other than that, yeah, again, like fucking 98-99% of all the fucking fuck ups has happened to me, right? You get to fucking, I might even tell y'all about fucking the people that I actually kind of collaborated on a 1-2 time incidents, and then like how that fucking worked out, and how that just, there's a lot that to unpack with that one too, man. Yeah, man. Oh man, my car theft, the fucking mistakes, and yeah. So that's all the shit that you guys have to look forward to for this season. If any of those topics interest you and shit, like, yeah, stay tuned then, because I can't even tell you what episode it'll be on. So you just gotta keep checking it out until, yeah, you see it, and don't stop there. Just check out the rest of the season too. No, check out season 2, but then check out also the rest of this season as well. Yeah. So I hope y'all are buckled in, strapped up as shit, cause yeah, I want to give a little bit more of a lighthearted break, since we've been talking about some pretty fucking deep and dark shit sometimes this last 2 seasons. So this one I'm just gonna keep it a little bit more lighthearted, keep it a little bit more fun, more entertaining, throw in a lot of more comedic breaks in there, well, at least hopefully what you guys consider to be comedic. My sense of humor could be different. Yeah. So yeah, just check that out. That's what y'all got to look for. What else do I update on you all on? The book, haven't touched that shit. I've been really into this podcast shit right now, and like that's what my mind's focused on, and I haven't had that spark of motivation or creativity to even begin to touch on the rest of the book, because thinking about and like visualizing the vast amount of work I gotta do for that, it's too much to deal with at the same time as dealing with this shit, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put a pause on that. That'll continue, of course, indefinitely, 100%. But it's just, when is the question. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And this is pretty much a little taste, a little preview of what's to come. But that's such a more upbeat and uplifting vibe and mood to it, rather than, fucking jail, don't get caught kind of shit, I'm not trying to, yeah. And once again, I feel I have to say this almost once in a while, every episode or so, but like I'm not here endorsing crime or promoting the actions of crime or the criminal lifestyle. That's why I barely even revealed any of the methods that I use or even how I accomplished some of this shit. First of all, that's my shit. I ain't revealing my fucking magician never reveals his secrets, you know what I mean? His tricks. And like I'm not even claiming to be the smartest guy or the sharpest tool on the shelf, and like I was able to figure out a lot of this shit. So if y'all really want to do this shit, then y'all can fucking figure it out. I never had no one. I can still do it. If I can do it, so can you. Unless you're stupid. Some of you might be. Who am I to say? Regardless, that's it. Like I'm not. That's why I don't reveal a lot of my methods, because I'm not trying to promote this shit. I'm not telling people. I'm not trying to influence people to do crime or do this shit. I'm just speaking my experience. This is my life. What else am I going to talk about? Like whatever's happening in my life and whatever I experience, that's what I'm going to talk about. Like if I was a fucking office worker or some sort of fucking corporate person, then I'd probably definitely be talking about fucking numbers and the colors of my cubicle and the fucking, spreadsheets and Microsoft Excel and all that bullshit, but I'm not. So this is what I talk about because this is what I went through. And honestly, if it helps, like somebody out there, if someone can relate, whatever, that's all it is. And once again, this is for me. Mostly, this is for me to get my shit out. So I just throw in a little bit of extra in case there is anybody else listening, you know what I mean? But if there's not, then fuck it, so be it. But I am not endorsing nor promoting criminal activity or the acts of crime or in any sort of way. However, if you are the kind of person like me who will do this anyways, then 100% I will support you. And I will help you out. Seeing that, I cannot deny. So that I'll do that. But I am not telling you to do this. I am not telling anybody to. I'm not trying to push anybody. I'm just speaking my shit. If in any case you are the person that does want that support and that advice, then please feel free to fucking email me. Once again, I'm telling you, even that shit, you can email me up right here. jointhemadness at pm.me. That's what it is. Anything. I'm telling you anything, and I will reply. Because I ain't got shit to do. I have better things to do. I got talk to people, you know what I mean? The listeners, if there is any that want to talk, then I'm here for it, man. So it is, prioritize that. So that's all it is. So yeah, don't hesitate. But yeah, I hope y'all are ready, and I hope y'all enjoyed the last season, because I didn't. I'm playing. I kind of did. I enjoyed season 2 a lot more than season 1. And honestly, the only thing that bothers me about season 1 still is that order, the episode order. Where the actual intro isn't first on the list for some platforms, and wrong listening order. But I try not to let that bother me, even though it does. That's the only thing that bothers me about season 1 is that fucking particular order. Because the episode that I wanted people to get introduced to or see first, that's not the one that they're seeing. They're seeing another one where it's like not even. It's like a completely different vibe or theme from what I intended. But either way, it's still a good episode though, and I think that's what interests some people. But whatever, I'm still getting the most views. But yeah, other than that, season 1's okay. That's the only thing that bothers me about season 1. Otherwise, whatever. I don't even know what the fuck I talk about on that most of this shit. Season 2, that was fun just because I got to switch it up. Editing that was a little bit more fun because of the intros. I got to change it up. I got to pick which one. It's I'm learning to switch things up. So yeah, hoping for more improvements this season. And I'm hoping I gather up enough questions and comments and emails to be able to create a whole episode around it. So far, I have enough to create 5 minutes worth of content in an episode. So let's get that meter up. And I want to make a whole question and answer fucking episode. I really do. Just answer questions like Star Talk and shit, you know what I mean? Where they just read people's emails out and then they answer that shit. I think that's fun. Also, I want to kind of make it into a live thing one day. Maybe I'll have enough to make a live episode. I don't know how to work that shit yet, but I'm gonna learn that. Yeah. So keep chilling, keep sticking around. A lot to look forward to. I'ma still keep fucking blasting these episodes out, pumping them like no tomorrow. I think at one point I was doing 1 episode a day. And then I learned some people just do 1 episode a week or 1 episode 2. But I'm pretty sure they work on it, like put it all together beforehand, right? But yeah, I'm recording every day. I'm editing all day. Yeah. I just keep pumping out. I record, edit, fucking boom, post. And then after I'll do it again, record, right, boom. I'm just constantly doing this shit. Nothing's planned. It's all unscripted shit too. So it's like all on the fly, right? We'll see where that goes. We'll see where the rest of this season goes. And I hope you'll be there, and I'll see you at the end of it as well. Again, hope to see y'all throughout the rest of the season. Hope y'all enjoy. That's all I got for y'all right now. So I hope y'all enjoy that next episode, this upcoming episode. This one's going to be a light one. So, and then after that, we'll get into more heavier shit. But yeah, enjoy that. And so for this season and every other season and season before, just remember, always keep hustling, grinding, laughing, learning, living, loving, fucking lifting, leveling up and shit, you know? That's what it is. Because this is, it's all we can do. So, yeah. Thank you again for joining me. And this is the end of this episode, but the beginning of a brand new season. So, sit back, buckle up, and enjoy this next episode, yeah? Yeah. Alright, peace.
Madness. This is criminal!